Hi family, this is Rachel with True Light Yoga, and I'm here today to guide you into a grounding meditation for the start of summer. So if you're watching this currently, it's being recorded in June 2025, and we are just a couple of days away from the summer solstice, the first day of summer, longest day of light, and it is the first day that it really feels like summer to me. Like, people are in town in Ocean City, traffic is happening, everybody's coming into class late because, the bridge traffic, and there's a big influx of people into town, which is really wonderful, and we're so excited for summer. But if you're used to maybe being here all year round, there's suddenly all these people here, and it's hot, and a lot's happening. It's summer, there's events, the kids are out of school, and it can sometimes be overstimulating. So what's really important at this time of year is to actually take time away from your phone, away from doing all the things, and to ground in your physical body and your breath. I am going to be guiding you today through the lens of Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga. And Ayurveda approaches life through the 5 elements: earth, fire, water, air, and space. Now, Ayurveda says that these 5 elements are the building blocks to life, and that perfect health and harmony is when they are all in balance with one another. So what I think tends to happen at this time of year, or the start of the summer, is there's a lot of fire energy and air, and earth balances out those elements. So by slowing down, by doing a grounding meditation and leaning into earth, it will help to balance out the influx of heat and activity and things that we feel happening right now. If you're not watching it currently and say this is the middle of the winter or something like that, you might feel a little bit more grounded than we do here in June in Ocean City. But it's probably always a good time to do a grounding meditation, being that our world and society that we live in and exist in is pretty high in the air element all the time, with the devices, with a lot of vata energy, as they would call it in Ayurveda. So it's really great to ground. It's good for your nervous system and your body at any time. So you can use this at any time. All you need is a cushion or a block, something to sit on to elevate your hips. If you feel comfortable just sitting down without any cushion, that's okay too. We will be here for about 10 minutes, so find somewhere where you can be still and comfortable. My suggestion is that you sit up rather than lie down, because we are looking to stay awake, and when we lie down, there's more of a chance that we're going to fall asleep. Meditation is not falling asleep. We want you to be relaxed, but we want you to be in a restful wakeness. So you are still awake. And not only are you awake, but you are very aware. We're trying to build awareness, but be in a relaxed awareness of the moment of now. So you can join me by finding a lengthened spine. Think about this trunk or your spine as the container for your breath right here. So if we're closed off or we're slouching, then this container for our breath is closed off. So we want to try to lengthen the container of our breath, rooting down through your sit bones, finding a little tuck of the pelvis so that the core is engaged to support your lower back. And then you can allow your hands to come down, face down on your knees for a little effect of grounding. I like to think about my shoulders pulling back and down, and my chin slightly tucking in to find a nice long neck. From here, you can close your eyes, or if that doesn't feel comfortable to completely shut the eyes down, you can just gaze to the floor in front of you, bringing your eyes about halfway shut. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the block or cushion supporting you. And start to use your physical body, scanning for where you can release or relax more. Maybe through your jaw, maybe through the center of your forehead. And let your body be your portal to this moment here and now. Your body is here in this moment, in the now. The mind often takes us into the future, especially at this time of year where there's a lot of activity and movement. So my hope for you today is to notice when your thoughts start to go elsewhere. And then to bring them back to the now through the body and the breath. And I'll guide you how to do that. It's said that when our thoughts are too far in the future or too much in the future, that we experience anxiety and worry. But the groundedness, peace comes from being in this moment. So if at any time your mind wanders off and goes somewhere else, please don't think that you failed, you need to turn off the video, or you're not a good meditator. Rather, celebrate the fact that you noticed that your mind wandered off. That's what we call a mindful moment. And you were aware of where your mind went. Teacher Alan Watts says, when you learn to think about your thinking, your world begins to come alive in new ways. And that's what we're looking to do here. To ground, to be in the now, and to think about your thinking. Not to become enlightened or have a completely empty mind, but to learn to think about your thinking and observe it going elsewhere and coming back. So scanning the body again, notice the places where it's touching the floor. Notice if you can soften the muscles of your face. And then start to focus on the breath, taking some of the deepest breaths that you've taken yet today. And then we'll start to let the breath come into a grounded breath where it's not loud or extremely deep. Rather, it's quiet and it's steady. And while this breath is quiet, it is strong, it's continuous. Notice if there's any stopping or starting in your breath. Any little bumps that you can smooth out. And allow your breath to be continuous. Your inhale flowing right into the exhale. Exhale flowing right into the inhale. Releasing into the exhale. Finding this quiet, continuous breath in and out the nose. And begin to see if you can make sure that it's equal in length. So your inhale is just as long as your exhale. And your exhale is just as long as your inhale. Let's try counting to be sure, inhaling to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And see if that feels fast to you. You could always change it to 5. Or if it feels a little bit challenging, you could shorten it to 3. Just following and counting your breath. Once you have that continuous, equal feel of your breath, we'll begin to use a mantra. On your inhale, thinking, I am inhaling. And on your exhale, I am exhaling. Inhale, I am inhaling. Exhale, I am exhaling. Inhale, I am inhaling. Exhale, I am exhaling. Continue with that. If you notice your brain doing its most natural job of thinking, if it goes anywhere else, do not be angry at your brain for doing its job of thinking. Rather, celebrate that moment that you caught yourself wandered off. That's called a mindful moment. That means you're beginning to learn to think about your thinking. And just guide it back to inhale, I am inhaling. Exhale, I am exhaling. You can do that as many times as you need to redirect. See if thoughts come in and interrupt, if you can maybe label them as future, past, or present before coming back to the mantra. That labeling giving you a little bit of space in between you and your thought, showing us that we can think about our thinking. And you are able to think about your thinking. Your world comes alive in new ways. Take a few more deep breaths here. Knowing that you can use this technique at any time if the world feels fast, overwhelming, fiery, or overstimulating. This practice of thinking about your thinking and focusing on your breath will ground you and bring you back to the present moment. I find that when I'm in the present, I feel most connected to divine energy, to myself, and to the universe. And this grounding meditation often makes me think of Mary Oliver's infamous poem, The God of Dirt. She writes, "The God of dirt came up to me many times and said so many wise and delectable things. I lay on the grass listening to his dog voice, his frog voice. Now, he said, now." And never once mentioned forever. So if at any time you notice the mind going too far into the future, too far into that element of fire, know that you can come back to this grounding meditation, maybe even just checking in with your body and your breath, thinking, inhale, I am inhaling. Exhale, I am exhaling. You can keep your eyes closed, but bring your hands to heart center. And we'll end our meditation practice today by sharing a full deep breath together. Bow your forehead into your fingertips, sealing in your practice. The breath, presence, and awareness within me is the same breath, presence, and awareness within you. To that within one another, we say, Jai Bhagwan, Namaste. Namaste, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I hope that this meditation helped to get you in your body and make you feel a little bit grounded, a little bit more grounded heading into this summer weekend. Happy solstice, and keep learning to think about your thinking.